Premier is here. Premier Heating and Air service calls are now only $69. Your first pound of Freon is free. And if you need a new replacement system, Premier Heating and Air is now offering 60 months financing at 0% on all new AC systems. Premier also offers great second chance financing. Log on to dublin.premierishere.com and let's get things cooled down today. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company with approved credit. Offer expires 8/31/2024.
Welcome everybody. I'm glad to have with me today David Haynes, a good friend of mine at Dublin Rising. David, first of all, y'all can tell by his hat, you're a veteran, and veterans are dear to y'all's heart at Dublin Rising, isn't it?
They are indeed. That's basically the reason why we open for veterans, but we take everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
I came from California about 12 years ago now. Got back together with my ex-wife and my children and ended up moving here because I broke my hip, and the VA fixed my hip. They sent me to the people that work on the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta teams, and they did a heck of a job. Back in California, I started a Terrell Transitional Assistance Program with another friend of mine, and we ended up with 29 houses, mostly parolees, because the parole department paid for them. And then my ex-wife asked me to come back here, so I moved back here. Doug found out about me, Doug Wolf, who is the administrator for Dublin Rising, and asked me if I'd come and manage his shelter. We started last year in 2023 in March, and we're still going.
What exactly is Dublin Rising?
It's a 501(c), a charitable organization. Doug first started, he wanted to clean up the south side area here. So he bought a few houses under Dublin Rising and started repairing them and renting them out to veterans first, naturally, and then to the general public. But he had a real hard time. Doug's in his 80s, and he just didn't have the funds he took on too much, basically. So he sold the houses and decided to turn 109 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive into a shelter. He used it for years for NA meetings, 7 days a week. So he turned it into a shelter, and that's what we do now. We house the homeless.
Yeah, and they do a great job. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and talk more right after this.
Count on the winning team at Farmers State Bank for a complete lineup of banking services to simplify your life. Safe and convenient banking on the go. Choose a debit or credit card for your personal and business account. And count on secure service that guard and protect your spending. At Farmers State Bank, your success is our success. And the team at Farmers State Bank is committed to serving you. Farmers State Bank, Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Count on Titan Metal Structures for high-quality buildings for less. Titan Metal Structures, located at 2089 U.S. Highway 441 in Dublin. For barns, workshops, commercial buildings, barn dominiums, lean-tos, carports, RV covers, garages, and more. Titan Metal Structures. Call 877-490-3755 or log on to TitanMetalOnline.com. Titan Metal Structures has the building or structure you're looking for. So call 877-490-3755 or stop by 2089 U.S. Highway 441 in Dublin today. Titan Metal Structures, high quality building for less.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, I'm talking to David Haynes with Dublin Rising. It is located over on Martin Luther King Drive. They do a wonderful job to help the homeless, to house the homeless. at very affordable prices. And let's acknowledge a few people. One of the things that amazes me about y'all is to be able to have, you've got a kitchen that everyone uses. It's a boarding house, and you have a common kitchen, but you have local people that actually stock that. So by staying there, you've got a kitchen available to them, don't you?
We do. We do. We have 2 bathrooms with showers, washer and dryer. Of course, we have the internet. Everybody needs the internet nowadays. You can't live without it. So everybody gets free Wi-Fi. And we don't charge. If they're not able to pay, they just need to leave every morning at 9 o'clock with their possessions and come back at 5 o'clock, and we'll rehouse them. If they can afford to pay, then we charge $10 a day. They don't have to leave. They can keep their personal belongings there and come and go as they please, go to work or whatever they have to do, or look for work.
And talk about some of the businesses that donate to you.
Oh, gosh. Well, the first one, we only had 1 bathroom, and we needed another one. We had the bathroom, but there was no tub or no shower. So I got a shower donated. Lifetime Bath. They came in and they donated the whole shower.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. It's up to date. They did a great job, and we thank them for it so much. Piggly Wiggly donates food to us. Martha's Bakery. You see the cakes in a lot of stores like Piggly Wiggly. Mm-hmm. They're like $35 a piece. She comes by every couple weeks and brings us 10 or 15 cakes.
Wow.
Yeah. And the Community Services Board of Middle Georgia brings this food all the time. A lot of the churches, there's 4 or 5 of them, I can't remember all their names, but they don't donate to us regularly too, which is a great thing. Of course, we get food from Salvation Army and Joy Ministries. They donate to us, but it's one person at a time. So we have to call them up and let them know how many people we have, and they invite us over and they give everybody a bag or a box of food, mm-hmm. which is good because most people that live with us, they just donate it to the shelter because when they come there, there's free food. They don't have to worry about getting their own food right away. So it's a great thing.
It's incredible though how, and yeah, I know you found out, you and I have talked privately about it, but this community, the Dublin, Orange County area, is a very giving community, not just for Dublin Rising, but there's many nonprofits that a lot of you are watching now. You support either financially or like Piggly Wiggly you're talking about, or Martha bringing cakes. I know when I go by, the kitchen is fully stocked. And think about it. If somebody had to get a motel room, you're going to spend in 2 nights basically what you can stay a whole week. And the food's in the kitchen. All you got to do is cook and clean up yourself, clean up behind yourself. But isn't it great, though, David, to live in a community like we do?
It really is. And it surprised me how many people started donating. When we first got started, there was no sign or anything out in front of our establishment. And I talked to my administrator, and we made a sign. And it basically says Dublin Rising Community Homeless Shelter. And since that sign went up, bam, all of a sudden people started stopping by. We didn't know there was a shelter here. And people bring us food. Private citizens bring us food. I just got a $500 donation from the Ballard family last week. They're great. I mean, people here in this community are great. Once they knew we were here, it just started coming. It just started flowing.
Well, it's hard to donate when you don't know they're there.
Yeah.
It is, but people open up their hearts and support things. And the people, I know our homeless ministry has placed many of people with you at Dublin Rise, and I personally know the kind of job you do. You're it's a labor of love. I mean, I see it, and you and I have talked about it. You don't even get paid for this. I mean, that is a labor of love right there.
Yeah.
So, how do you do it day in and day out?
I was an addict for a lot of years, and I lived on the street more than once for long periods of time, at times. And so I know what it is. I know what it is. And because I was an addict and I did a lot of foul things in my life, when I got clean about 12 years ago, I just had to get back in some kind of way. And so this is what I do, and that's why I do it, because I need to give back. I need to help people. My heart goes out to them. Everybody comes in and they're begging for a place to stay. Please just give me a chance. And our shelter is small. There's only room for 8 people there. And I have 2 small apartments that I rent out when I can. And if I can't, then I put homeless people in them, like 3 at a time. But the need is great. And I'm hoping to grow this thing. I'm hoping to grow it. We need a house just for veterans. We need a house for women and children. My gosh, I've been getting so many calls from women with children, and we can't have minors in this place because, well, people come off the streets and there are a lot of addicts, a lot of drunks, but nevertheless, they all need a chance. But we can't take a chance with minors or we do house women though. I have a separate area for women. So I just wish I could help women with children because they really need help.
Yeah, there's a great need there. We only have one place in town, Abundant Life, that will take women and children who are trying to get off drugs. Now, not just somebody on the street, but trying to get off drugs. But yeah, and you and Doug, I can see, and Doug shared his story with me before, and he was an addict.
Yes.
It just blew my mind when I heard him say that, because I see this 80-year-old man that seems to have it all together, and he does have it all together now. He probably struggles with the aches of the body just like we do, but and like you're watching there saying, oh my gosh, my back's hurting, my knees hurting. Hey, we get it. The body finally wears out, don't it? And when you get mine and David's age, we start paying for those past sins, really. But Doug and Gene Wolfe, who it was their vision, and that's why Doug wanted to do this, because he was an addict many years ago now, but y'all have that in common. Do you think that's what drew y'all together?
I think so. I really do. One addict knows another. One clean addict knows another clean addict, specifically. And Doug's been running NA meetings out of our shelter before it was a shelter for years. I think he started in 2012, 2011, something like that. Yeah. And he still runs them 7 days a week. And he goes himself 7 days a week. He runs them now at the Presbyterian Church, his church that he goes to. And I don't, my dad was an alcoholic, and he went to AA. And he got clean, and he went until he didn't need to go anymore. And at that time, he was dead. But he believed in it. Yeah. It worked for him, and the same with Doug. And Doug's got he's got quite a good population of NA goers. Yeah. And it's amazing that he does it at his age 7 days a week. Yeah. Plus the shelter.
It's incredible.
It is.
And Doug goes to Washington Street Presbyterian is where we're talking about. But if you'd like to talk to either David or Doug, if you'd like to get into the NA meetings, we've had a number on the screen as we've talked, and it'll stay up there for a while. So just get you a pen and paper and jot that number down, and just call David. Call and say, hey,
Absolutely.
I need help. I'm a veteran. I'm on the street. I'm whatever I am. And see, with somebody like you and Doug, they can't con you, because you know what it looks like.
Absolutely.
And I know for a fact you don't kick them to the curb, just like the City of Hope. We don't kick them to the curb. We want to get them help because we love our fellow Americans and fellow people in this community, but they can't con you. If they say they're not doing drugs, you can look at them and tell he's doing drugs.
Yes.
So, and I probably knowing you as direct and forward as you are, you probably say something like, "Come on, man, just tell the truth.
Just admit to it."
I know you're high now."
Yeah.
But yeah, and you tell me, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but isn't that the beginning? Once you say, "I can't do this anymore. I'm an addict. I'm whatever. I'm an alcoholic." Isn't that the beginning of healing and being able to get a better life?
Absolutely. I mean, once you finally decide that it's not everybody else's fault that you're in the position you're in, with no job or no home, and you're using all the time, you have to recognize that it's you. It's not everybody else, not mom and dad or your wife or your husband. It's you. And once you do that and decide that you want to get better, there's help for you. People come in all the time. We keep drug tests. If I see that somebody is acting, like I know addicts act, I'll drug test them. But I'll tell them, listen, if you're dirty, I'm not going to kick you out, okay? We'll wait 4 days and we'll test you again. If you're still dirty then, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. But come back. Wait 2 weeks. Go out and do something for yourself and come back. I'll rehouse you. We don't kick anybody out permanently, not unless they do something really drastic. And that it's only happened a couple times, and no violence or anything, but just, when you have to call the police, when people get inebriated too many times, the police have been real good with us. The city has been real good with us. So, and I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, it's a good working relationship. David, talk to, there's people watching us right now struggling with drugs, struggling with alcoholism. Alcohol is a drug.
It is.
A lot of people may not think that, but it is. And, I hear people tell me all the time, well, I'm not hurting anybody. Well, you are. You're hurting yourself to start off with. And you're hurting your family, your mom, your dad, sister, your brother.
Absolutely. Somebody loves you.
Yeah, you're hurting those people, and most of all, you're hurting yourself. In the fog of the drug, in the fog of the alcohol, you just think everything's good. You're in the fog of the drug. But talk just a minute to that person watching now who's struggling with drug or alcohol. Give them some hope.
Well, there's all kinds of places. Anywhere you go. Dublin's a small town in rural Georgia, and there's help here for you. There's AA meetings. Come to us. Come to our shelter. We'll help you. We'll direct you to NA meetings. But you have to know you have a problem, and you have to want to fix it. Most everybody that comes to our shelter, they want to fix their problem. They know they have one until they spend a few days there. And then they connect with other people and they start falling back into the same habits. That's one of the reasons we charge $10 a day, because they need to get up and get out and get their life back together. Look for jobs. There's so many merchants around here that will hire them to sweep their porches, to wash their windows, to whatever it may be. But there's help for you. There is help for you. Don't think that there's no help. There is. There is.
Yeah, there is. There's no doubt about it. And that number's been on the screen. We'll keep it up. We're going to take another break. If you hadn't got a pen yet, get it and write this number down, because it may not be you. You may have a child. You may have a friend. It could be a member at church. The churches, the families are not exempt from these struggles. And we all struggle. We've struggled in life. Maybe not with this, but we all struggle. So but you got to pick yourself up and try your best to move on. We're going to take another break and come back and wrap things up. Stay with us.
Georgia Pools is now your authorized RecTech dealer. Summer's here and the temperature's rising, so make a big splash with friends and family now with a pool from Georgia Pools. or relax in a luxurious hot tub or sauna. No down payments and easy financing. Don't wait a year for your pool. Georgia Pools has the manpower to get the job done. Georgia Pools has a large selection of pool chemicals and accessories. Come see our selection of Yeti coolers, tumblers, cups, and more. Call Georgia Pools today at 478-275-3607 or come by and see us at 1201 Hillcrest Parkway in Dublin. Georgia Pools, your authorized RecTech dealer.
Well, trucking is a 7 days a week, 24 hours a day operation. So there's a tremendous need for the logistics field, for drivers and mechanics to work on. Fred had a desire to be a mechanic. We encouraged him to seek some additional training that offered through OFTC, which he did. What he learned at OFTC has just taken his job and his performance to another level.
Welcome back, everybody. Continuing my conversation with David Haynes with Dublin Rising. If you're just joining us, we'll air this program again, or go to our YouTube channel. Just type in TV35 on the search bar and go down to your videos, and it'll be right there under the news tab. So we encourage you to do that. You may be needing help. You may have a son, a daughter, someone that needs help. Just call the number that's right there on the screen. So, David, we were talking about people that help, and I know the list is long, but there's some items you need now. Talk about those.
We do. Well, number one, we always need food. That's just, we always need food. We need to put, the fire department came and checked us out, and we have to meet certain requirements. And one of the requirements is a sprinkler system. And we could use some help with that. I bought the sprinklers, and I'm gonna do most of the work putting it up. But we need help with that. We need an outbuilding where we can have meetings. Our building is so small, we don't have a place where we can all sit down together and have meetings, or they can interact with each other other than standing outside. So we need an outbuilding. Oh geez, there's so many things. We always need towels and washcloths and bedding material, blankets, pillows, pillowcases. Oh boy, that's about it.
Well, that's a good list. And linen and towels and bath cloths, that's something that it's a revolving thing, because they wear out, they get spoiled, they get things happen to them. So
sometimes when people leave, they take them with them.
That's right. Yeah, kind of like people stay in a motel. They
Sure.
take the towels with them. So, well, that's a good list. So just call the number, talk to David, and if there's something that has not been listed here that you're good at, you may be a contractor. You may could help if we get the materials donated. You might could build the building, or some of you watching that run these metal building companies. You may want to donate a metal building.
Excellent.
Any of those.
Or one of the wooden
That's
buildings
right.
that they sell. Also, I need a tree service. I have a huge oak tree that's been hit by lightning a couple times, and it's just too much for me to handle. And it needs to be taken down. 2 weeks ago, on the other side of our building, we had another huge branch fall, and it hit one of our tenants' cars. And so I'd like to get pre-active on this and get it taken down. So if anybody out there has a tree service and would like to donate their service, or at least a percentage of it, I need it done.
Yeah, that's very that's something really needs doing.
Yeah, I got to be proactive on it.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want a tree. I was watching a video this morning on the news. The guy was riding down the street on the bicycle, and it was in slow motion, but the tree falls in a neighbor's yard. Is a bad storm, and it just come within just a breath or two of hitting him. Matter of fact, he hit it and went over the bars on his bicycle. but it was so close to that tree landing on him. And I hope he wasn't hurt, but those trees falling, those limbs falling.
They do.
And if one falls on the building, these people are going to be homeless again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So those things are important. So I know some of you watching. I know we've got a few tree surgeons that watch. So it'd be something you could do on a day you're not doing anything, on a slow day. Just come
And we'll help. I'll help. My assistant manager will help. Some of our tenants will help. It's not like you'd have to do it alone.
Yeah.
We'd all be out there pitching in.
Okay, well, that sounds easy enough. Go ahead and call them today. Let's get that tree done tomorrow. How about
I'd like that. I'd like that.
that? Would be good. And I know that you're not able to use the stove because you need some commercial equipment, right?
Yes,
Talk about that.
We need a commercial hood. They say we're a commercial building, and therefore we have to have a commercial hood with a fire suppression system. But I don't know if any of you know what those things cost. They cost thousands of dollars, and we work on a small budget. I just had to transfer money from one account that only had $600 or $700 in it to another account that only had $600 or $700 in it, so we could pay the guys that do our lawns.
Yeah.
So we have a very small budget.
Yeah.
And speaking about donations, money is always.
Amen. But you do good, David. I got to hand it to you. You do good juggling money on a slim budget. People don't realize, a nonprofit especially, the money, we're always asking for money. It takes money to operate. It's the same with our homeless ministry. And thank God for people like you and the nonprofits in the Loving Our Community Coalition that everybody gets in. We put our arms around each other and figure out a way to get it done. And some days we wondering where the money's going to come from.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this morning, I got a call from Doug. David, I need another $300 in this account. You know, find it, please.
Yeah.
And I did, but it's tough. It's tough. I mean, we try to supply as much as we can to everybody, including toilet paper and, like I say, towels and all that stuff, because they just don't have it on the streets. And a case of toilet paper is $70.
Yeah.
I mean, $70.
Yeah, and there's somebody watching now. You could donate a case or two. You could, or paper towels. So those kind of things, and you know, we went down a litany of things, but there may be something you could just hit on. You may say, what's the case of paper towels going to do? That's the case we don't have to buy.
Yep.
You've heard the list. Call the number and support this dear ministry. I'm telling you, I see it firsthand. I see the people it helps. It's the people that the world don't want to look at, and the world a lot of times don't want to help. But I know a lot of you watching today want to help. So call that number on the screen. Talk to David. You see him here. You can talk to him. You can drop by. He's there almost all the time.
Absolutely.
Or if you call him, if you can't answer, he'll always call you back. So,
Sure.
Well, David, thank you so much for talking to me. I was excited about you coming. I appreciate the work that you do.
Thanks for the invite. This is a great opportunity for us.
Yep.
This is wonderful to get the word out to people.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to do, y'all. Help Dublin Rising. You've heard the list, and if you say, well, I really can't do none of this, just call them, and if you want to write a check, they'll pick it up. We can give you the address, and we'll make it easy on you. So just call David and talk with him, and he welcomes your help in any way. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, I think that's about it. If you do donate, I've started to make signs, professional signs that says, well, like Piggly Wiggly donates food. I'm going to put up a couple of 4x4s and make a sign that honor donors, and like the Ballard family, and Martha's Cakes, and so on and so forth, all the way down. So you're going to be recognized, at least by me.
Yeah.
They say, God said, don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing, but I can let everybody know what
That's
you're
right.
doing in a small way.
Yep. And Dublin Rising is a 501c3. Everything you donate is tax deductible.
Absolutely.
So they are a nonprofit. So, okay, David, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Always good to talk with you.
All right.
Okay, and thank you so much for watching us today.